when it comes to restitution in marriage, can you tell your partner that you have had threesome in the past? How do you even know the meaning of threesome?
Threesome, like three people summing things, like sum is addition, mathematics. When you sum something, when they like, have you done your
You are
sum?
not forming this thing for me. So
Yeah,
you know the meaning of threesome.
sum. Sum is
Me?
mathematics.
How did you know
Add
the meaning of
together.
threesome?
I didn't know. In this world of technology, even if you don't know, when you can Google things, that's why you don't say some things in front of teenagers or kids these days. They'll do like they don't hear you, but they
Yeah.
will go and Google
Yeah.
things and then
Yeah.
they will check it
Yeah,
up.
definitely.
All right, back to what we're talking about. So we're talking about restitution.
Yeah.
There's some kind of restitution you need the Holy Spirit to teach you. You said need knowledge, you need your head to tell you. For
Wisdom
example,
is profitable to direct.
yeah, if you kill someone, you walk up straight to them and say, "Now me kill that guy," and you expect that they understand that you're trying to restitute. Can you even return it? Because the Bible says you should return how many fold? Sevenfold. Because OTG could return it. Can you do that? If it's money now, yeah. If it's property, probably something you can easily return, like items and. But in this case, how would you return to this one?
How would you return to- The point is, can you tell your partner? Should you tell your partner that you've done that in the past?
Well, I feel you should have done that before you guys get married. You know, there's some things you don't just come and tell me inside marriage. It's better you don't say it at all. Don't say it at all. Rather than we are now married, probably few months, few years, you now feel there's a confession. Marriage you must scatter. It's true. There's a lot of things probably you are hiding to Timo. Maybe your name is not even your real name. You can come up one day and tell me that you want to have a confession. Your name is, or the person that came to sit as your mom was never your mom. You guys are just planning all along to, your head will run through different calculations. So it's better that some things you don't say or you say it earlier. If you are a true Christian, a true child of God, I don't even think there should be something as you're a true Christian. You should be a Christian because Christian is Christian.
Context,
yeah, in this context. So you should have said that since. If, in my own case, what is so not now, because it can scatter what.
Okay, so for me, I think if it's something that is going to affect the both of you, then you definitely should talk about it.
Of course.
In the sense that, imagine I've lived a wayward life, and maybe I don't have a womb, or maybe my dick know the work, or maybe the person dick know the work, right? And then you don't tell me, but you know you are the reason we're not having kids. So in that kind of situation, restitution is very important. Even if you did not say it before we got married, we now enter marriage, you must talk about, because you're making us suffer.
But there's some things you don't just
maybe
say at that time.
Maybe you go and meet somebody.
Well, maybe a pastor or higher authority, a mentor or something, and say, okay, there's something I did say all this.
You should talk about it, because everybody is feeling bad that we don't have kids.
Of course.
And you know the problem is from you.
There's this guy that got married recently. I can't remember when, but I heard that they had to dissolve the wedding. You know, if in the name, the sister was so happy. She thought she found the best guy on it. He never asked for sex. He never asked for sex. He's always, being careful and all. They never talk about it. He was just so firebranded. Wedding, Baba says still a fast. Till 2, 3, 4, 7 days later, finally discover say Baba no dey work. That's why I no gree talk about it. They have to dissolve the marriage.
That one is even wickedness. So if you know it's something that is going to affect your partner, please, you don't have a choice.
But how is it wickedness? But the guy didn't want to say this is, he didn't want to show it. Maybe if he had tried to show it, maybe he would have worked. But he'll show it.
How are we going to get married without having sex?
And maybe they didn't talk about it. As Christians, there are some things we are not supposed to do
That's
or talk about.
Issue. That's another issue. That's why some churches insist you go for quite a number of tests.
Okay, how do you know that my something is working before we get married? Like, how are you supposed to know? Are we supposed to touch each other, try to make out so that we can just to test that it's working before, so that we don't discover later that it's not working after marriage?
Maybe you don't put me for, but I think there are some tests you can do like that. I think so. I think there are some tests where they will test the fertility of both the man.
Yeah, normally some churches, standard churches, in their counseling program, there's a time where both couple go to their trusted doctor for check. They check HIV, hepatitis, fertility and every other thing.
So things like, if you know it's going to affect you both, or assume Otilo Mosita,
I know, right?
Those
That's
kind of
another
things.
case.
If you know it doesn't have to do with, it's never gonna affect you guys. So there are some things that my husband and I spoke about recently. I think we had to, review some things to ourselves.
What is that?
Things we did when we were younger. Like maybe our first boyfriends. I told you that day that I almost had sex. I ran away.
I hope your mom is not listening to this.
So yeah. So there were some things we had to open up. I think you also told me about one girl like that. So really, those kind of things, I won't call it like a very serious restitution. I think that they were just talking or just thinking about how God has saved us from a lot of things, and we're finally here. So that one is not going to harm anybody. I mean, if you have done something else in the past and you really do not see relevant to talk about, it's not going to affect your relationship with your spouse, then please keep it. Keep it.
Well, it's a bit complicated. I don't know. If you have a comment, just drop it now.
Yeah.
Cause this thing is like Christian. Yeah. I'm a Christian. No matter how complicated. Now you depend on how we now meet.
Your year self go block now.
Yeah, that's all.
But 1 year.
That's true. That's not so. That's the thing.
So I just feel like it's not everything I've done from day one of my life. I think that day just came up in a conversation, and I remember.
Yeah, well, there's some things you won't remember anymore.
So it's not everything. I remember recently there was a place I worked, so I was always like, hey, I'm hungry. I just pick something and I eat. But at the time I left the place, it was just something the Lord kept bringing to my heart that, I have to restitute, right? I just have to restitute and make sure that, it's just a thing of, the person, you might not pay exactly the amount, but the person
Bible
is saying,
you pay 7-fold.
No. It's from the place of the person, if the person says, I leave it for you, or I forgive you, then that's done. Sure. It's from the place of the person, really. So if you know you can tell your spouse that thing, that they are not going to flare
I
up
feel
anything,
it should be the major things that can affect
that will
impact it negatively.
If it's not going to impact your relationship
maybe
negatively, please
something that's not
keep
make
it.
sense.
I slept with my brother's friend wife before I met you. If it's something people want to discuss, then good. But if it's not going to affect, or that person now became the person now your husband went to go look for job with.
Okay. Look at another angle.
Employ your husband.
You see now, that's another
that
angle.
Kind of thing,
look at another angle now. I have a friend that we've been. Is he a friend? I'm looking how to paint the scenario. Let me say I have a brother now. A brother that traveled out to America. I am here in Nigeria. I have a girl that we've been dating. Well, it depends on how you are close to your brother. You will have known the girl now. Unless you guys are not close.
I can know the girl on the wedding day.
Okay, maybe girl tell me date that we're so close together that we now break up that probably one way or the other I didn't even know she has traveled out and me and continue my life. And they met and they are planning wedding. And they are on that they offer our marriage.
So to show up, if you show up there, it depends on you to maybe decide, you want to keep quiet that, because of my brother.
Okay, probably she has changed and maybe
because I'm a
she's the person for them.
But if you also feel like it, you just don't say, brother, this girl.
Especially when pastors say, if you notice whether you know, if you have anything against it.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
So matter you complicate it, girl. You can't just come up and say.
So I just feel like if it's going to affect both of you, go ahead to say it. A lot of people keep a lot of secrets. Some they told us about some ladies building houses without their husband knowing and all those things.
But is that really supposed to be?
No, it's not.
Because once you guys married, you are one.
Yes, because people have lost the essence of what marriage actually is. Nowadays, the way people paint marriage is like you're on your own.
Well, another area I see to it is that people hardly trust each other fully anymore. We're always on self-defense. I'm always waiting for you to make a mistake so that I can say, but you move.
Go and check the foundation of that marriage.
Yeah, that's another area.
So they just entered the marriage, let's just do companion, let's have kids and everything.
Yeah, and probably be business. Maybe your family is rich and just looking for a way to escape poverty. So I had a conversation recently with someone, a colleague. The guy argued that it's not everything you tell your spouse. He asked me, I'm like, even all the girls I've dated in the past, I told my wife.
It's not everything you tell your spouse. It's depending on maybe before you guys met. But after, are we talking about after you have married now?
Okay, maybe after marriage or during marriage.
This is another part you are going to cut into.
Another one.
So we're ending that other video. Like, should you tell your spouse you had threesome like before marriage? If it's going to impact your marriage, then go ahead and tell them. But if it's
impact negatively or positively, you either fall on anyone.
Maybe it could fall on anyone, but make sure if it's going to affect negatively, yes, or even positively. Don't say negatively or positively.
What if I now come to your workplace one day and now met your colleague, your very close colleague? You know, there are some people that they're very good personality, they're caring, they're nice, they're all good, but they have this wayward attitude, or they are just humanized. That is just their lifestyle.
Go back. No, go back.
That they can't do without. That is their lifestyle. So, as I'm married now, that's my best friend at work. You know, just work colleague that is so good at what he do. So we work together. We don't really hang out like such. And my wife came around to the office. You know, come around to the office. Is it come or came?
No, babe, you are going to the next topic. I want us to conclude that first topic. Things you have done before.
Oh no, it's still the same thing. Okay. Like my wife now came to the office and saw us together in the office working. Yes. He's a guy, but apparently they've dated in the past and had a lot of stuff together. And the way, you know, you guys will be shocked to see each other at that moment. And you didn't even know that the friends have always been talking about to you.
And now,
what if you guys just keep quiet and decide not to say anything? But he's now coming at the back and now threatening you, and it become a big matter that you have to open up to me that he's threatening you.
Shotiri.
Now, would you not tell me?
Why not open up with you before? I mean, I've dated people before I met you.
It's in the past. You know, you thought it's something you can't even remember. You're not supposed to tell me.
That's the major reason why you should just tell your husband that, I dated this guy.
No, I mean, you did not know. You think
now
it's not something that's not supposed to.
I've seen the guy with you now. I didn't tell you before. I can't tell you about everybody I dated because I might not remember.
Yeah, okay.
So now I've seen the guy. Mm-hmm. Now that's a good place for me to tell you. It happened recently now.
Immediately you have to tell you.
And now to save you,
So now depend on the maturity of the partner how to take in. So
that's before you people met now.
I get your answer.
Please, partners too should be mature to be able to take all these things.
Some things, because when they open up to you.
I told you recently now. Somebody posted the picture of on his birthday, the picture of somebody that did one or two things in my former place, in my former church. So somebody posted this picture and I told you, this is the person I'm talking about. Just to save you touch. So those are simple things. So since you do not have something serious, you check or anything. So why not just talk about it?
Yeah.
So please, if it's not relevant, keep it. Then you that they tell something, depending on the level of information you want to tell the person, you can involve a third party. No more you know that.
Okay, depending on the level, so that your spouse can.
Exactly, and you that they now tell something to. I mean, Jesus said, if anyone is without sin, should be the first to cast the stone. So just let it be that you've done this even before we met, and even before we met.
I know, right?
You go ahead. So don't forget to like, and why not just hit that subscribe button?
Like, share, subscribe.
And say button.
Button. I almost bit my tongue because I want to pronounce.
So let's talk about the next topic. So is it everything you should tell your spouse?